children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So in today's class we are going to discuss multiple choice questions from the chapter measurement. Okay, now coming to the level 1 questions, the first question is, which is the most appropriate tool to measure the length of a curtain? What is this, children? From the given 4 tools, what do we have? Option A is a scale, option B is a measuring jug. What is option B? We are having a measuring jug. If you look at the jug carefully, we have markings on it: 200 ml, 400, 600, 800 and 1 liter. So this type of jugs with marking are used for measuring. So this is called as a measuring jug. Then we have a measuring tape, and option D is a weighing scale. Yes or no? Now from the given options, which would be the most appropriate? That means which would be the correct tool to measure the length of the curtain? Now if you remember from the chapter, children, while we were discussing how to measure the length, the two options were can use either a scale or we can use a measuring tape. Now to measure the length of the curtain, what do we use? We use option D, option C, that is a measuring tape. Scale is used for small things like the length of a notebook, the length of a pen, etc. Yes, curtain is long in length, right? And also while measuring the length of cloths, we use this measuring tape. If you have ever been to a tailor shop, then you can see that the tailor over there uses a measuring tape like this to measure the length of the cloths and also to take our measurements as well. Okay, so for measuring the length of a curtain or any other cloths, what is the most appropriate tool? Option C, measuring tape would be the most appropriate tool. Coming to question 2, how many cards will show the length of a whale? If you observe, what do we have here? We have a whale and also we have a car. Now this car is not covering the whole whale. It is only covering half of the given whale. Yes, it is only covering half of the given whale. So to cover the complete whale or to measure this whole length of the whale, we would need another car here. See this? Again this I think will be needing 3 cars. Yes children, see 1, 2 and 3. Approximately if we see, only one car is not enough to measure the length of this whale. We'll be needing two more cars. What will be needing? We'll be needing 2 more cars. That is in total car 1, 2 and 3. So how many cars will show the length of a whale? A total of 3 cars will show the length of the whale. Understood children? See, one car is able to cover only this much distance. So to cover the remaining length of the whale, we will need 2 more cars. That is car number 2 and car number 3. So in total 3 cars. Option C, 3 cars will be needed to show the length of the given whale. Now coming to question 3. Which of these has a capacity of about 10 ml? What is this capacity? When we are talking about capacity, we are talking about the how much quantity of liquid can a container hold. What are we talking about? Capacity means? Capacity means how much quantity of liquid can a container hold. Liquid or anything children. Yes, how much can a container hold? Now in the given options, what do we have? We have a bucket, we have a spoon, we have a cup and also we have a water bottle. Now from these, which has the full capacity of 10 ml? Now if you remember the hierarchy of unit of measurements, we have liter and then we have milliliter. Liter is used for large quantities and milliliter is used for small quantities. So that means here 10 ml. 10 ml means we are looking at very small quantities. We are looking at very small quantities. Now from the given options, which which has the lowest capacity, do you think, children? Option B, spoon. Yes, now this spoon has the lowest capacity, that is of about 10 ml. If we talk about bucket, it can easily contain some around 10 liters of water or any other liquid. When you talk about bottle, it normally varies from 500 ml to 1 liter. Yes, we also have water bottles which can contain more than 1 liter of water as well. Now again, when it comes to the cup here, coffee cup, it can have, I think, around 100 ml of coffee. If you are talking about a big coffee mug, it can have around 100 ml of coffee. So 10 ml means a very small quantity, children. 10 ml means very small quantity. So from the given options, option B, spoon has the capacity of about 10 milliliters. Coming to question 4, which is the same as 2 liters 500 milliliters. So what should we do? In the given question, we are having a measurement, that is 2 liters 500 milliliters. Now we have to find out another quantity from the given options which is the same as 2 liters 500 milliliters. See, if you look at the given options, option A, B, C and D are in milliliters, are completely in milliliters. That means we have to convert our given quantity into milliliters. Do you remember, children, how do we convert? 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliters. What is the relation? 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliters. So to convert the given liters into milliliters, we have to multiply by 1000. We have to multiply by 1000. What do we have here? 2 liters 500 milliliters is equal to, how do we write it first? 2 liters plus 500 milliliters. Now 2 liters we will multiply with 1000 milliliters. We will multiply with 1000 milliliters plus our 500 milliliters as it is. Now 2 into 1000, 2000 milliliters plus our 500 milliliters. Now 2000 plus 500 becomes 2500 milliliters. So our quantity 2 liters 500 milliliters is the same as 2500 milliliters. That is option C. Is this clear, children? Question number 4. Now coming to question 5. Which is the same as 3 liters? Again, in the question the quantity is given in liters and in the given options the answers are expressed in milliliters. So that means again we have to convert our liters into milliliters. Then what should we do, children? 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliters. So 3 liters will be equal to 3 into 1000 milliliters, that is nothing but 3000 milliliters. Option B, 3000 milliliters becomes our correct answer. Yes. Next question 6. Meters is to kilometers as grams is to dash. Meters is to kilometers. So meters and kilometers have a certain relationship. So in the same way, grams has a relationship with what? 1 meter, meters, kilometers. This is for measuring distances and lengths. Now we are having grams here. This is for what, children? For measuring the weight or the mass of the given object. So in grams, what do we have for grams? For grams we have kilograms. For meters, meters is for short distances and kilometers is for long distances. In the same way, grams is for small weights and kilograms is for large weights. So meters is to kilometers as grams is to kilograms. Again, if you study the relationship here, 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. In the same way, we have 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. So option B, kilograms, becomes our correct answer. Next question 7. The table below shows the number of steps taken by 5 children to measure the width of a room? Who has the shortest step? Now here we are having 5 children: Ajay, Sameer, Rishi, Saurabh and Raj. What did they do? We are having a room, and to measure the width of the room, they have taken a few steps. Understood? 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 step, like this. Yes. Now here Ajay had to take 9 steps to cover the room. Sameer had to take 10 steps. Rishi had to take 8. Saurabh had to take 7 steps. And Raj had to take 11 steps. Now from these, who has the shortest step? Remember children, the question is not who has taken the shortest number or the smallest number of steps. If it was smallest number of steps, it would be 7, that is taken by Saurabh. But it is not the question. What is the question? Who has the shortest step? Suppose if you have, this is the room. Okay children, if you have a short step like this, 1 2 3 4 5 6, you would need 6 steps to cover the width of the room. Short step. Now if you are having long step, that means you can spread your legs wide like this. You will need 1 2 3. How many steps are you needing? You are needing only 3 steps. That means if you are having a short step, you will need more number of steps to cover the room. If you are having long steps, you will need less number of steps to cover the room. So shortest step, the person, what will be the relation here? The person with the shortest step will be taking more number of steps. More number of steps. If you look at the number of steps, who is having the highest number of steps? 11. So Raj becomes the person with the shortest step. Option D, Raj. He had the shortest step. That is why he had to take the maximum or the highest number of steps to cover the width of the room. Understood children? Option D, Raj is the correct answer. Next question 8. Sakshi goes for jogging early in the morning. She takes 2 rounds every day around the park. She jogs a distance of 2 kilometers every day. Sakshi states the following 4 statements. State true or false. Now what is this? Our Sakshi goes for jogging early in the morning. What is jogging? Jogging is between walking and running. Walking and running. It's kind of slow running children. Yes, people go for jogging early in the morning. Now what does Sakshi do? She takes 2 rounds every day. And what is the distance covered? The distance covered is 2 kilometers. She takes 2 rounds, and what is the distance covered in those 2 rounds? A total of 2 kilometers. Now from the given statements, which can be the true one and which is false? First one round of the park is 2 kilometers. See, 2 rounds are equal to 2 kilometers. Then 1 round will be equal to how many kilometers children? Will be equal to 1 kilometer. Yes, 2 rounds is equal to 2 kilometers. So 1 round is equal to 1 kilometers. That means option 1 or the statement 1 round of the park is 1 kilometer is our true statement. Statement 1 is true. Now coming to statement 2. I jog 2000 meters every day. Our Sakshi here jogs 2 kilometers every day. She jogs 2 kilometers every day. But what is given in the statement? That she jogs 2000 meters. So first let us convert this into meters. How do we convert? Multiply by 1000. Yes, 2 into 1000 meters is equal to 2000 meters. Yes, it is the same as given in the question. Sakshi jogs 2000 meters every day. So our statement 2 becomes also true. Now coming to statement 3. I jog 200 meters every day. See here in statement 2, she said that I jog 2000 meters. It is correct. Now when jogging of 2000 meters is correct, will the statement I jog 200 meters be correct or wrong children? It would be False. Yes, what is the true statement? The true statement is statement 2, that is she jogs 2000 meters every day. The statement 3 that says I jog 200 meters every day is false. Coming to the last statement, 3 rounds of the park will be 300 kilometers. Here 2 rounds are 2 kilometers. 2 rounds are 2 kilometers. Then 3 rounds would be how much? Yes, 3 rounds would be 3 kilometers. But in the statement it is given that 3 rounds would be 300 meters. So let us convert this into meters and see. 3 into 1000 meters is equal to 3000 meters. 3 rounds are nothing but 3000 meters. But in the statement it is given that 3 rounds are equal to 300 meters. Now is this correct, children? Is the statement true? No. The statement 4 is false. So true, true, false, false is our correct order of the statements. That is option A. I hope this is clear. Question number 8. Now moving on to question number 9. Match the best estimate of measurement of length with the appropriate objects. What do we want here? We want to get the best estimate of the length with the appropriate objects. Here, from the given options, we are having pencil, car, caterpillar and a truck. Now from these 4 objects, which has the shortest length, children? Is it a pencil or is it a caterpillar? Caterpillar has the shortest length. If you have ever seen a caterpillar, it would be very small when compared to a pencil. So here caterpillar is the smallest object. Now from the given measurements, which is the smallest one? We having centimeters and meters. Now from centimeters and meters, which is the smaller one? Centimeters is the smallest. Yes. So from centimeters, we are having 5 centimeters. So 5 centimeters is the smallest measurement here. So we'll match that to the smallest object, that is our caterpillar. And the next smaller object is pencil. Now the length of the pencil would be approximately 10 centimeters. Yes, you can take the scale and measure and see. It would be approximately 10 centimeters. So for option A we have 4 here, and for option C we have 1. Now coming to option B, we are having a car, and in option D we are having a big truck, children. The remaining 2 lengths are 5 meters and 15 meters. Now from car and truck, which is the smaller object? Car is the smaller object. So we should match it with the smaller lengths. From 15 and 5, 5 is the smaller length. So we'll match car to 5, and 15 is the larger length. So we'll match it with our truck. Now this will be our match the following. What are the codes? For A we have 4. I'll write here. For A we have 4, that is 10 centimeters. For B we have 3, that is 5 meters. For C we have 1, that is 5 centimeters. And for D we have 2, that is 15 meters. 4, 3, 1, 2. 4, 3, 1, 2 is our correct code. Now from the given options, which is the having the same, option A becomes our correct answer. A4, B3, C1, D2. Okay, children? Now next question 10. Which is the most appropriate tool to measure 3 kgs of oranges? Now if you remember, what is it? We have to measure the 3 kgs of oranges. Now how do we kgs means we are measuring the mass, that is nothing but the weight of the objects. Now what is the tool that is used to measure the weight of the objects, children? It is a balance. A simple balance or a pan balance or a weighing machine. Now from the given options, which is the correct one? Option A. Option A is our simple balance. It will be the correct answer. Option B is a measuring jug. It is used to measure the volume of liquids. Option C is A scale and option D is measuring tape. These two are used to measure the length and distance. Yes. So to measure 3 kgs of oranges, we use the tool in option A, that is a simple balance. Question 11. Which is the most appropriate tool to measure 1000 milliliters of milk? Now again, 1000 milliliters of milk. Milliliters means here we are talking about volume or the capacity. Volume or the capacity. If you look at the options, we have option A, a ruler. Is ruler used to measure the volume or capacity? No, it is used to measure the length. So option A becomes wrong. Next we have option B, a weighing scale. Again, a weighing scale is used to measure the mass of the objects. So that is why option B also becomes wrong. Next, option C, we have a meter rod. A meter rod is again used to measure the length. In the question, what do you say? Here itself we are having meter. It is a meter rod gives the answer in meters. But what do we want? We want something which will measure the milk in mls. We want 1000 ml of milk. We want a tool to measure 1000 ml. Here a meter rod measures in meters. So option C also becomes wrong answer. Coming to the last option, option D, a measuring jug. This will be our correct answer. Yes children, see this is our measuring jug. On this we have clearly seeing the mark of 1 liter, that is nothing but 1000 milliliters. When converted into milliliters, it would be 1000 milliliters. So option D, a measuring jug is used to measure the 1000 ml of milk. Coming to question 12, what weight should be added to pan A so that both sides remain balanced? See here we are having 2 plus 2, but on this side we are having only 2 kgs. So what is the other one missing here? We are already having 2 kgs. The other one missing is also another weight of 2 kgs. So option B becomes our correct answer. Yes, here we are having 2 plus 2. But here we are having only 2. So when we add the other 2 kgs, the total, the balance, the pan balance becomes balanced. Yes. Coming to question 13. Match the best estimate of measurement of weight with appropriate objects. Again we are having 4 different objects here. A leaf, a sofa, a rhinoceros, and then a parrot. I think it is a parrot. Yes children, for the sake we'll call it as a bird. We are having a bird. Now from the given objects, which is the object with the lightest weight children? Is it a leaf, sofa, rhinoceros, or the bird? It is our leaf. Yes, leaf is the object with the lightest or the least weight here. Now from the given options we are having kilograms, grams and milligrams, which is used to measure the lighter objects, that is the least. Which is the least among these? The least one is milligrams. So the object leaf can be matched with 450 milligrams. Is this clear? Leaf is the lightest or the least object with the least weight, and from the given measurements 450 milligrams is the least measurement. So we are matching the leaf with 450 grams. So A is done here. A is 3. Now coming to the next lightest object, is it sofa, rhinoceros or the bird? It is the bird. Yes. So again from the given options we have kilograms and grams. Now which is the least one here? Grams is the least. We have first we have milligrams, then grams, and then the kilograms. Kilograms are the highest measurements of weight. So grams are the next least measurement. So we'll match the bird with grams. A bird approximately weighs 800 grams. Approximate children. It is not the exact figure. It will weigh around 800 grams. So option D we have 2. A is 3 and for D we have 2. Now coming to sofa and rhinoceros. Now which is the heavier object here? Is it the sofa or the rhinoceros? Rhinoceros is the heaviest. When we compare these two, rhinoceros is the heavier one here. So from the last two options, that is 1000 kgs and 100 kgs, which is the heavier measurement? 1000 kgs is the heavier measurement. So we'll match our rhinoceros with 1000 kgs. So see, we have one, and lastly we are left with 100 kgs, that is the approximate weight of our sofa. So B becomes 4 children. Now this is our correct code. What is it? 3, 4, 1, 2. Option B. 3, 4, 1, 2 becomes our correct answer. Yes. Coming to question 14. Which match the best estimate of measurement of capacity with the appropriate objects? With the appropriate objects, children. Here let me make it as 800. Okay. Now here what do we have? In the objects we are having measuring jugs with different quantities of liquid in it, and then in the column measurement we are having different measurements given. This is 1 liter. Option D is 1 liter, 1 L. Okay. Now if you look at the first one, that is A, the measuring jug is full. The measuring jug is full. Now if you remember the measuring jug from the options, children, here see what is the highest measurement here? The highest measurement is 1 liter. So that means how much quantity of liquid is there in object A? In object A we are having the liquid with the volume of 1 liters. The volume of liquid in the measuring jug A is 1 liters. It is a full, children. It is full, so it is 1 liters. Now again from option B, C and D, which is the least one? Which jug is having the least liquid? The jug in option C is having the least liquid. So from the given options 1, 2 and 3, which is the least measurement? Option 3, 100 ml is the least measurement. So we'll join these two. Yes, the measuring jug in option C is having a measurement of 100 milliliters. So A is 4 here, C is equal to 3. Now coming to option B and option D. Now again from these two, which is the least one? Option B is the least one. Now we are left with 1 and 2, 500 ml and 800 ml. Which is the least one here? 500 ml is the least one. So option B is matched with 1, that is 500 ml. And lastly we are left with D and 2 will match with each other. D is equal to 2. So this is the code of our answers. 4132. 4132. Where do we have it? 4132. We are not having 4132 in the given options here. Yes, sometimes a mistake like this might happen in the answers, children, but be confident. What is our answer here? A is 4. B is half of the, B is having half measurement, half full jug. So half means 500 ml. So B is 1, C is 100 ml and D is not 600. It would be around 800 ml. D would be having around 800 or 900 ml of liquid in it. So this is the correct answer. 4, then we have 1, then we have 3 and then we have 2. This is our correct answer. Okay. And coming to the last question for today, question number 15. Riya arrived at the market at 1:30 p.m. She stayed there for 3 hours and 30 minutes. At what time did Riya leave? This is a question from measurement of time, children. Now Riya has arrived at 1:30 p.m. and she stayed there for 3 hours and 30 minutes. At what time did Ria leave? So she came at 1:30. She stayed for 3 hours 30 minutes. So what is the total here? 0, 6, 3 plus 1, 4. 4 minutes 60 seconds. 4 minutes 60. 4 hours 60. Do we have any time which says like this 4 hours 60 minutes? No, 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. So to the hours, this is the hours and this is the minutes. Yes or no? 1 and 3 are the hours, this 30 is the minutes. So 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. Instead of writing 4 hours and 60 minutes, we'll add one more hour to our 4 hours. The total would be 5 hours or the 5 p.m. 5 p.m. She left where at 5 p.m. She came at 1:30 p.m. She came at 1:30 p.m. She stayed for 3 hours 30 minutes and then she left at 5 p.m. Understood, children? 1:30. She stayed for 3 hours 30 minutes. So when we add 30 minutes to this, the time would be 2 p.m. The time would be 2 p.m. Now for 2 p.m. again we need to add 3 more hours. So from 2 p.m. we have 3, 4, 5. So after waiting for 3 hours and 30 minutes, the time is 5 p.m. and at 5 p.m. Ria has left. So option B, 5 p.m. becomes our correct answer. Okay. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. I hope you all know this, right? 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So that is why 3 hours 30 minutes when added to 1:30 became 5 p.m. Option. Visit our website www.aimstoday.in for other information regarding online classes, quizzes, live worksheets, DIY activities, English classes and coding. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.